the last question that I had for you was that, if you had any piece of advice, I know you worked with athletes that have had these mental health challenges, but if you had any advice, what would you say to anybody that might be going through something like, doesn't have to necessarily be the yips, but any type of mental health challenge, whether that's in their sport, outside of sports, whatever it is, what kind of things would you recommend, or just share some words of wisdom?
Be open, be honest, not only, with yourself, but find somebody to talk to, even if that's just seeking out a counselor, somebody to just kind of find the root cause of maybe what you're feeling or how you're feeling. Yeah. But don't hold it in. That's not something that needs to be done these days.
Yeah.
You hear about it all the time. Guys coming out, the guy that I played with at Fullerton, he had an article written in one of the sports publications about his battle with the yips, and how he not necessarily overcame it, or how he deals with it on a daily basis. So it's becoming mainstream that it's okay to talk. Don't hold it in. There are other people going through the same things. If I would have known that at Fullerton when I was there, it would have made me feel better. It would have made me feel better, and it made me feel like, you know what, I'm not alone. And I would have probably ended up staying, having that common, I guess, issue with somebody else. But it's okay. There's people that this is what they do now. Yes. They do the mental side of things. That's their job, and they're there to help you out with it. And it's all over the place. You're not doing anything wrong. You don't want to blame. Don't blame yourself. Yep. I was there. I blame myself. I thought I was weak, and I told Anissa, a lot of the things that I do now are to prove myself that I'm not weak. It's to prove myself that, that I still have a little bit of that feeling like I was weak in that situation. I was weak in not being able to overcome that. And ultimately, I think that's what derailed my baseball career. But yeah, you're not weak. You're not, I have my own, that's why I go do Cocoa Head at times, 3 times in one trip. Yeah. That's why I go do those kind of things. It's because it's to prove to myself that, mentally I might not want to do this, but physically you're able to do everything. You're able to do anything, and you're physically able to overcome anything if that's what you're dealing with. So yeah, just be open, talk, communicate.
Yes.
Okay.
No, thanks for all of that information. Thanks for sharing all of that too, because I know a lot of people listening out there can, take a lot of great things away from this. And even if it's just hearing, maybe you're not personally going through the yips or mental struggles, but even just you being more empathetic to those that are, and then, helping them through that journey, because like you said, it's so well known now that, or not well known, but there's a lot more resources. I think now people are speaking out a lot more. So it is something there's more awareness around. So I think sharing all of this is great information for a lot of people that will, help make the journey a little bit more positive along the way to overcome these issues or these struggles, right? But overall, I don't want to keep you too long. This is great conversation. I could talk a lot more about the strength and conditioning, which we didn't get to touch on all of it.
I know, right?
But maybe one day in the future, we'll have to jump on another episode. But for everyone out there, you're doing a lot of great things. And I think it's good to see that you found your passion in your career. And, I wish you the best in whatever you guys do in the future, and then moving to a new place, but still being a firefighter. I think that's exciting for you. You get to see a different scenery. So that should be exciting and fun. Yeah. But overall, any last words?
I appreciate you having me on. I could go on for hours. I feel like I ran a little bit, but I think, follow your passion, whatever that is. If that isn't happening now, it's going to happen down the line. I know we live in a world that is very, I want it now. But I can attest that I stopped playing baseball at in 2011. And here, and it took me 8 years to figure out what I want my career to be. And that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just hustling and trying to get by and figuring it out. And along the way, not only looking at, worrying about your career, but worrying about yourself and keeping yourself physically fit and active and doing all the things necessary to just, be happy with what you're seeing in the mirror every day.
Yes. Great messages. And I mean, thanks so much for sharing all of your experiences and stories. And thanks so much for joining me today. But good luck with everything. I know you have a stressful transition coming up, but I hope that it becomes very enjoyable and it's everything that you want in the next move. But thanks so much for joining me, Cody.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.